Welcome to Let 'Em Cook. We'll be starting with pan-seared cod. Got a nice fillet here, it's about 8 ounces or so. The vision here, it's going to be celery root and parsnip puree with some Greek yogurt thrown in there. We're going to cook some beets. We got red and gold beets. And to pair along with the puree is going to be some stone fruits. Use whatever seasonal stone fruits you like. Today I'm using apricots and peaches. Garnishes can be very optional. I'm going to do a very simple herb oil with parsley and dill and some fennel, little fronds on the end as well. So to start, I'm just going to cut the beet a little smaller because that's going to go into the oven. It's going to take a long time to cook. Put them in a pot of water, and to the water, going to add a little lemon juice. It's going to help break down the skins, cook it just a little bit, and impart a little bit extra flavor to it. And to these pots of water with the beets, we're going to cover them up a little bit with some foil. Give them a little hat. I know it's going to sound crazy, but these pots are going to go into a 500-degree oven for about an hour. Oh, but aren't they going to burn? No, they're not going to burn. Just trust the process. And then we take an egg for just a little bit. So we're going in with the stone fruits. Today I'm using peaches and fresh apricots. We're going to put it in boiling water for maybe about a minute or so, maybe 90 seconds. It'll really make the skins come off real easy when you go to peel them. Move on to the puree for now. You can take one single parsnip, peel it pretty well. A lot of people are confused by parsnips because they're like, oh, it's just a carrot, right? And I was like, no, it's definitely not a carrot. Looks like it. Doesn't taste like it. It's like the winter version of a carrot. Just something about it. Just carrots are summer, parsnips are winter. That's how I look at it.
So it's like a carrot, just has a different aesthetic season.
Yeah, it definitely has a better flavor to it.
Don't tell it to bugs.
Well, it's actually a very common misconception that rabbits actually like carrots. There was a bit he was impersonating like a detective movie. I forget what it was called, but in the movie the detective munches on a carrot and says, "This is celery root. You often buy celery, but you don't see its roots." The bigger they get, the harder they are to peel. So I try to find the smaller ones. I've seen ones that look like bowling balls. So we're gonna take this, we're we're gonna cover it with cold water, add a little pinch of salt in there, maybe a bay leaf or two. You're gonna bring it to a boil, reduce to a simmer until you can pick these up and just squish it with your fingers. That's when you know they're done. So this is a blanched and shocked parsley and dill. All you really do is just throw that in your blender. Cover it just a little bit with oil. Put the top back on and then puree till very, very smooth. Not too long because this blender will throw heat. You don't want to cook it, that'll make it turn brown. Maybe like a minute, see how it is. You don't want to be able to see anything clearly in there. You just want to blitz it all together. Now a lot of people will strain this out using a cheesecloth, fine mesh sieve, or like a coffee filter or something. You don't have to. If you want that pure green oil look, yeah, strain it out, but you kind of don't have to for this instance at least. So this is all good to go. So at least with me cooking at home, I like to season my proteins pretty well in advance, up to an hour before I cook them. Take them out of the fridge, let them rest a little bit. Not necessarily room temp, but just not, you know, ice cold right out of the refrigerator. All right, for the cod today, simply it's just gonna be salt, a little bit of a fresh ground garlic, pepper. Celery root and parsnip puree. All I'm going to do is add in just a little bit of a plain, non-fat Greek yogurt. And a bit of this Nordic spice blend. It's got pine, mushrooms, garlic, caraway, dill, all dehydrated in one delicious spice blend. So you always want to check purees for texture, seasoning, add more salt and pepper if you need to, whatever other spices you use during the process.
a feeling this is gonna be really, really good.
Oh man. So now's the time to cook the fish. Today I'm using cod. You can also use catfish. You can also use tile if it's in season, tile fish. You can use red snapper even if you like, you know. All will probably go well with this.
I'm not gonna sit through and like go through all the content for what's saving and then everything else. And maybe what we can make from that.
So to cap things off, we have our pan-seared cod with the Nordic spices, celery root, and parsnip puree underneath. Beets, both the red and the gold ones, apricots, peaches, little fennel frond on there. We have our herb oil, herb puree if you're being particular. And that's the final product.